I'm no happy or I'm not happy? When do I use which and how? Let's find out. To really understand no and not, we need to have a look at how they deal with negativity, because both of them are doing exactly that. They talk about something negative, but they are doing it in a slightly different way with a slightly different interpretation. The way no deals with negativity is through the interpretation of quantity. It uses quantity and it basically tries to communicate zero. That means that if there is some form of quantity, we are going to ask quantity of what? And that's why we are going to use no with nouns. And it makes no difference if the noun is countable, uncountable, regular, irregular. Basically, any noun makes sense with no. So we can say, I have no money. This is uncountable noun, but it makes no difference. We're saying zero money. I have no children. Well, that's irregular noun, but it is countable. Still, zero children makes perfect sense. I have no markers. Well, that is countable noun and it's irregular. I am using plural s, but still makes perfect sense. I have no markers in my hands. You can see that it makes perfect sense whenever there is a noun and we put no in front. We simply communicate zero of that particular noun or the quantity of that noun. But then there is another way of using no, because we can also use it with singular nouns. There's slightly different interpretation sometimes. Let's consider those two examples. In the first example, we are using singular noun. It's irregular noun, but it makes no difference. It is in its singular form. And in the second example, we are using proper noun. That is a name of a country. So how can we, with regards to those two nouns, say zero? Well, we are not really dealing as much with the quantity because there will never be zero Spain. It simply makes no sense. But what we can do is we can, through that zero, communicate the interpretation of non-existence. So when we say no human can breathe underwater, that's basically what we are communicating over here. Now, in the second example, exclamation mark, let's say it's some kind of punishment. That means basically that the element of holidays in Spain for you does not exist this summer. You have misbehaved and that is the punishment. No Spain for you. But then there is that very interesting element about no, and that is that it's focusing on the lexis. So what I mean by it is that it's working with words. So you can see that over here it negates the noun, the word, but the actual sentence is affirmative. This is a positive sentence from the structural point of view. And this is where we need to move to not, because not deals with negativity in a completely different way. It doesn't care about lexis. It goes straight for the structure. And that is why it's dealing with the verb. Not basically is manipulating the structure of the sentence in order to create the negativity of that sentence or of that message. So we are going to have a look at a very basic structure of a sentence. We have our subject, we have then our verb, and we have our object. At this point, we need to create negativity. But because not is dealing with the verb, we need to look over here and we straight away realize that there are other elements we need to put inside of it, put inside that block. We know we are going to need a helping verb. It is do or does because we are dealing with present simple sentence. In our case here, it's going to be do, and to that particular verb, do, we are going to now attach not. So at this point, we have created that negative element and we are ready to incorporate it inside the block of verb in the structure of the sentence. And that's how not creates negative sentence. I do not have money. For this video, what is really important to remember is that we do not really want to put the negativity over here with an element of 0. It's making no sense to say I do not have, as in exist, 0 money. So that's one of those elements that we know as a rule of no double negative. So that is the basic difference between no and not. Thank you for watching, and we hope you've just found English a little bit easier. Happy learning, and see you in the next video.